guys, welcome back to the channel. Nigel with you, Nigel's Model Events, and here we are now with pack 26, and this is the third from this delivery. And with this delivery, which was a bundle of five sets or 5 packs, we got this little freebie 43rd scale GT500. It's absolutely beautiful. See, it's really nice and well worth having. There's a little white card in there for some reason, I don't know why, but there is. So there we go, really lovely little model, so very happy with that. So pack 26 magazine, have a look in here as we always do. The 1962, that's older than me, Shelby Cobra 289. So Carroll Shelby set himself a new challenge to develop his own sports car. There we go. It's an 8, he put a V8 under the hood of an AC Ace. It's a British sports car. And there he is there, polishing some bodywork. Sitting on a stool in the background, Carroll Shelby supervises the assembly of his first Cobra at the workshop of racing products maker Dean Moon in Santa Fe Springs, California. And there he is, the man himself. And there he is racing. Dave McDonald, Seam Right, who in 1963 notched up 6 wins and 4 second places at the wheel of a Cobra. See a Ferrari GTO in the background there. There's the parts we're getting in our in this magazine. So it looks like fuel tank. And then here, Ford Mustang Mark IV Classic Inspiration. I've never heard it called a Mark IV. It might have been a Gen 4. I've never heard it referred to as a Mark IV. I thought it was the S96, this one or something, wasn't it? Anyway, whatever. So yeah, this was the launched in 1994. The Mustang's 4th generation, recycled certain design elements. Really nice car. I've been in one of these. I really like them. Very nice car. Very nice indeed. A friend of mine in Swindon had one and had a really funny smell from the engine. Asked me to have a look, and sure enough, there were rats living in the valley in the V8. So there was a little dog food they'd taken in there. A little dry dog food, and as the engine, of course, it got damp in the garage or whatever, and as the engine heated up, it stunk. There we go. And there you can see that's the later. You can see this is the earlier one, rounded off lights and everything, not quite as pretty. And then they changed it to this much more aggressive front end, the new Edge. 1999, beautiful. S97, wasn't it? There we go, beautiful. And that's the Cobra R. That was the first. Was this the first one to have an independent rear suspension? But what a car that is. Anyway, let's get on with the build. So we are looking here at fuel tank or gas tank. So we've got the fuel tank and filler pipe. So not too much going on in this one. So I'm just going to cut this bag open. We'll take out our fuel tank and filler pipe. Got some screws there. So we'll open those bags as well. Get the parts out. These are PS20 screws. So there's 2 of those, which means we'll only use 1 of them. So they can go in the bin, and then there's these 2 pipes that's come in halves by the look of it. So that's what you're going to see inside the trunk. So get ready the 2 halves of the fuel tank filler pipe, part 1. Let's put the light on. And part 2, identify where the 2 pins fit into the holes shown in the photo. So we've got a pin here, we've got a pin here, we've got a hole there and a hole there. So they are just going to basically pop together. They don't need any glue, they're just going to pop together like that. There we go. So that's those gone together. And then we can turn the page and it's showing us the 2 parts put together. And then this is going to slot into the top of the fuel tank there. You've got a tang there, you can see. And there's a slot there, so that's just going to push in there. And then we're going to hold on to that pipe. We're going to grab one of our PS20 screws, stick that in the hole. Oh, come on. I really do. Sometimes magnetic screwdrivers are a pain. Right, so that's going to go into there like that. And then that screw is going to go in there. Remember, it's plastic, so there's no thread cutting to do. For some reason that screw does not want to go in there. So what I'm going to do is try it here first. Okay, so it's going in now. There we go, it's gone in now. It just takes a bit of a while to find the hole. And just tighten it till it's holding that pipe securely. Don't go over tightly because you'll rip all the threads out of it. But there you go. That's in like that, so that's what you're going to see when you look inside the trunk. Spare screw can go back in the Tamiya paint pot. And that, my friends, is that. So basically, we've got our exhaust system we did in pack 25 or 24. So that's going to sit underneath the car like that. That's going to sit in between. You can see those two cutouts going to go around there. So we're starting to get a bit of a back end up together now. So that's it. Where it's located in the model, guess what? It's in the trunk where the fuel tank goes. So that's that. Right. See you in a minute. So moving on, pack 27 now. So let's see what joys this one brings us. Pickups, practical and popular. Now you can see a replica of an original Ford Ute next to a modern Ford Ranger pickup with a 4-door cab. Don't buy one of those. I bought a Ranger Raptor in 2020, I think it was. 5 recalls in 8 months. Absolute piece of junk. And then just after I sold it, they had a recall to repaint the chassis because they started seeing some rust in them. Awful bloody thing. 1902, the Rapid truck. These beautiful old things here. Lovely. And there's a Ford F-150. Love F-150. It's really nice. And then here we have the latest. There's a GMC. Why have they got a GMC in a Ford magazine? There we go. Of course, it says here the main Japanese motor companies such as Mitsubishi, Toyota, Nissan and Mazda started making pickups. Yeah. And that's where the story ends. So we've got the parts here. So then going over the page here, Ford Cougar, a Global Coupe. Yes, these were everywhere. There's see a British one there. Typical sort of early dashboard there. You can see it very, very rounded, very much like a Corvette, isn't it? And there's the back end there, again a British car. Front wheel drive based on the Mondeo. I think it was going to be called a Capri, but they decided against it. So let's have a look at what we've got in this one. So we have included in this delivery is the rear part of the chassis, which will be used at a later stage of assembly. In the meantime, store the part in a safe place. Okay, so there's no building to do in this one. We're just going to get the part. So here is the box with the part. So we'll get this open. And then here is said part. Wow, you can see the size of this. And that is our rear chassis, trunk floor, whatever. I'll put that down on the bench and then I'll put my hands next to it so you can see how huge this thing's going to be. Wow, we're going to have, I know this is a front wheel, but we're going to have a wheel in there like that, look. So yeah, very nice indeed. So that's it for this part. So let's get that V8 revved up and see what's coming next. Alright, so here we are back now with pack 28. So here we are, Captain Tucker's Mustangs. So a staggering 1 million Mustangs were sold in the first 2 years after it was launched. That's incredible, isn't it? Interesting, the story of the 1 millionth Mustang to come off the assembly line is closely linked to that of the very first pre-production model. Now you can see the staff have lined up a load of Mustangs here to make 1 million, so anybody flying above would see 1 million. And there we go. After striking a deal with Ford, Captain Stanley Tucker poses next to his original Mustang on the left, which had been the first pre-production model, and his new car, the millionth Mustang. So there we go. He's happy. Okay, so now we've got some parts we're working on. We're going to be fitting that fuel tank into the floor by the look of it. So that's all nice. And then here, Ken Miles. If you've seen the film Ford versus Ferrari or Le Mans 66 or whatever it was called, there you go. Ken Miles, all about him. Great guy. Really interesting film to watch, that one. You can see some beautiful images there of Ken and the GT40 that he drove. And that is that. Corner folded over on that one, unfortunately. Right, so let's get into the magazine. We'll get the light on because we're going to be doing some building. So we've got pack 28. I've cut the bottom off already. So there we go. All we've got is a bag of screws and the bottom of the fuel tank by the look of it. So get our screws out. We've got lots of screws. These are PS20s again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 screws. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 screws. So that's good. Right. So retrieve the rear part of the chassis supplied with issue 27 and turn it upside down. Get ready fuel tank bottom, which will be fitted into the rectangular recess of the chassis shown in the picture. So that's going to go in and it's going to go that way round. So this sender unit is going to go towards the front. Is that the top or the bottom? That's going to be the top, isn't it? So this is the bottom. No. Okay, this is the bottom. So that is going to go on there like that. It locates over those. I've got some raised lips around here. So that's going to go like that. Okay. And then what we've got to do is turn it over. And we're going to get the fuel tank top. And we're going to place it on there. And check the 4 anchor points line up and that the filler tube faces outward. Fix the 2 parts of the fuel tank together with 4 PS20 screws. So we're going to place this fuel tank top on there like that. You can feel it all go into place, and then we're going to get 4 of these screws. So put them in just a few turns at first. Don't go tighten anything up until you've got them all in. Just like so. Okay, and now we've got them in a few turns. We're just going to check the bottom half is fitting correctly. I'm going to hold it in my hand so it stays put, and then we can take these screws, go diagonally. We don't need to graunch them up, they just need to be nipped up. Just turn them until they stop. Just like so. There we go, there's our fuel tank securely fitted. Now we've still got 7 screws to do something with, I'm not quite sure what. Oh, we're going to fit the exhaust system. Wow, okay, we really are going for it now. So turn the rear chassis back over and retrieve the exhaust assembly you put together in issue 25. Identify the 6 attachment points as indicated by the red dotted lines in the image. So we're going to be screwing this together with self-tapping screws going into metal. That's a bit unusual. So place the exhaust assembly as shown and check the 6 attachment points. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attachment points. So that is basically going to drop in there like that, I'm guessing. Let's look at this from the side so you can see what I'm doing. So those 2, that one's going to go in there. Okay. So hold that in, that one's going to go in there, same on that side. That one's going to go in there, that one's going to go in there, and then, okay, so that's that. So to finish fixing the exhaust pipes, okay, we're going in from the other side, so we're actually screwing into plastic, that's okay then. I was getting a bit worried then, I thought we were going to put self-tappers into metal. So this is where magnetic screwdrivers are a pain, because I've got to hold it together and try and get this screw. This is where you need your friend to help you and put the screws on the screwdriver for you. So we'll start in the middle, so we'll put that one in there. We'll put one in there. Just feel it start to bite, and that'll do. We'll put one into there. Can't feel that doing anything at all, so we'll make sure the exhaust is pushed up and into it. So there we go, you heard that clip in then. So I'm just putting the screws in just till I just feel some resistance, like they're just picking up. Okay, just like so. And there we go. Okay, so that's that. So now that all the screws are in, everything's located nicely, we can just do them all up, and that will hold our exhaust system in for us nice and snug. So it's been quite a decent part, this. I mean, the last part, all they did was give us the floor. In this one, we've got quite a lot of work to do, so that's good. It's nice to have work to do, isn't it? Now, that will happen with the part works. This is the first part work I've ever done. The Lancaster is the second. And yeah, from watching Scott over at Building with the Boys and stuff, it does appear that sometimes you just get a part, or you'll get one piece of plastic and a screw, and it's sort of 30 seconds and it's all over. So we'll put that spare screw in our Tamiya pot. There we go. So there we are. That is our see, they're telling you here to tighten the screws diagonally, which is fine. At the end of the day, if when we come to fit the rest of the exhaust system it doesn't line up, we can just slacken that screw, just like so, and then it's free to move around, as you can see. So we don't need to worry about having things aligned and everything now. But we need the tailpipes to be nice and square and straight. You can see they're looking lovely. And there's our exhaust system wrapped around the fuel tank. Very nice indeed. So great. Where am I going to keep this? It's massive. That's kind of loose, isn't it? We need to look into that. Right, I'll see you all soon. We're going to take our pack 28 now and put it in our beautiful binder that came with it. So we've got 28 parts there in that in this binder. So maybe we'll get 30 in, I don't know. So maybe we'll get for 30 per binder, and that'll be cool. So that's getting quite weighty now. So thank you for watching. Don't forget, if you want to join in and build one of these with me, go to the details in the description below, and you can go and sign up there and join in with me. But yeah, it's going to be quite an exciting build. As you can see, it's going to be a very, very large build. I don't know how I'm going to fit it on the bench, to be honest. And don't forget, with this lot, you get this little beautiful 43rd scale model, which is nice. So thank you for watching. I will see you all soon. I'll see you now in a few weeks' time when the next pack comes. And I don't know what's going to be in there. We shall have to wait and see. Bye for now.